You're listening to Turi Writer's She Said What podcast. I'm Turi, along with Marcy Persky. In this installment, we contemplate that thing you can't find and some people whom we hope enjoy being retired so much they stay that way.
Adult children.
Uh-oh.
So, as you know, I have an adult child, emphasis on the word child, living next to us.
Yes.
In a trailer that we purchased for her.
Yes.
So, and she's getting ready to go to school. She's working. Overall, things have been pretty copacetic until Friday.
Uh-oh.
She lost her wallet.
That's not the first time she's done that, is it? Oh, no, it was her keys last time. I'm sorry.
Right, it was her keys. This time it's a wallet.
All right.
And it has everything in it that she owns, including the first $150 that she made in tips at her job. So she's frantically calling everywhere that she could remember being.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just kind of meh. She'll find it over in her messy trailer or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't too worried.
Mm-hmm.
Well, by Saturday morning, she still didn't have it. And it had her Michigan ID and her driver's license from Arizona and just a bunch of stuff also that doesn't belong in there. Like her social security card, which you never should carry around with you.
So let me guess. On Amazon, she has just bought $1 zillion worth of electronics, has she?
Oh, no. This gets worse and worse. Everybody's looking for her wallet, right? She's going back to the gas station where she last used it for the 15th time. Frankie's walking all over the property looking. I went over to her house and just started moving piles of stuff. So finally, everyone was ready to give up, and I'm walking over from her trailer to Frankie's workshop.
Uh-huh.
And right next to the door
is
her wallet. Right next to the door. Like, they walked past it 100 times, the two of them. Frankie said, I peed right here 3 times today. I said, well, you're lucky you didn't pee on her wallet.
She's lucky he didn't pee on her wallet. Well, I know what you can get her for the next occasion.
One of those things where you clap and it rings.
Well, there's that, or there's the chain thing. But I think you need to buy her a vegan leather, because that's what it's called now. It's plastic, but vegan leather, hot pink wallet.
Yeah, that really shows up. She's got a cloth one with puppies on it.
No, this needs to be like hot pink.
Yeah, something very bright.
Maybe with streamers on it, like you would put on your bike when you were a kid.
Well, yeah, all I did was look down as I was opening the door, and it was just sitting there. So I took a picture of it, and then I went stuck it in her dad's face.
Just to make sure that he hadn't peed on it. Here, you smell
exactly.
it. Yes.
I thought I was old and retired, and
yeah, I had a similar but different reason for thinking that exact thing today. I actually had a lot of stuff to get done, and it was the kind of stuff that back, when you work full time, you would have to place around your work schedule.
Mm-hmm.
But now I don't have a regular work schedule. I'm on the air occasionally. What if I were a normal person with a normal job? How does anybody get anything done? Why don't people just give up and lie down and wait for everything to just disappear around them? Why does anybody do anything if it's this exhausting?
I held down a normal job with 4 kids, and I look back and I don't know how I did anything. Because now I don't, and I can't get anything done.
And interestingly, here in Chicago, one of the mayoral candidates is talking about, and this is not a political issue at all, but he's talking about what we need to do here in Chicago is bring back all the retired cops, a whole bunch of retired cops. But imagine if your job were actually being a police officer with bullets
putting your life on the
flying
line
at
every
you.
day.
Yeah, crazy people and nutty drivers and then you retire and then you're going to come back to work. What kind of nut job would do that?
That is awful. I'm sure that they have pretty good retirement benefits from the union.
Yeah, they do.
If I was getting paid well enough not to work, I would not work.
Yeah, what kind of lunacy? I just thought
That's crazy
it's
talk.
it just seems to me if I were a police officer retired and somebody said, "Hey, you can have your old salary plus 50%." I would
Like
still I'd think no, no, it's
50%.
just not
So
worth
you
it.
it would be like asking a microsurgeon who's 97 to come back, you know.
Oh my gosh,
I mean, who would want to go to those guys?
when I was looking for I had to have a thing done and it was around my eyes and the guy who got all these fancy write-ups, I did a little math and I figured out he was into his 80s and still operating on people's eyes. I mean, we're not talking about we're going to stitch up your giant stomach opening. We're talking about eyes. I called up a girlfriend of mine who's an ICU doc and I said, "Let me just ask you, would you let an 84-year-old eye surgeon operate on your eye?" And first answer was, "Well, it would depend on." I said, "I'm your friend." And she got quiet for a second and she said, "You might want to see who else is available."
Back when I was trying to get disability after my first surgeon told me I could never do my job again. And so we went through all the steps and finally got to before a judge. And the judge came wheeling out in a wheelchair. He was about 150 and held a microphone to his throat to speak.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
This is the guy who's going to decide if I was disabled or not.
You lost,
And
I take it.
I lost big time. I was told I could be a greeter at Walmart because it would not require any use of my
I
hand.
wonder if the judge would like to be a greeter at Walmart.
Well, you know what? I was really close to saying that. We might be old, but there are people who are older.
That's true. And
That's
some
the
of them
whole
want to
goal of
operate
this, I
on your
guess.
eyes. And
Yeah,
I don't
We
think
do
that's,
not want to call police officers out of retirement. We do not want to call surgeons out of retirement.
yeah.
And some judges need to retire. So there you
Yes.
go.
I'm trying to think what other jobs, like once you're retired. Firefighters. I mean, do you want somebody in a walker showing up to carry you out of a burning building? I don't think
He
so.
he could throw you on the walker.
The wheeled kind, the kind that has the wheels.
He can wheel you. Here, sit on here, just like you're on a bicycle, you know, on the handlebars of a bicycle. But no, I think a lot of jobs, I don't think you could be like old and be a welder.
Well, you could, but not for very long.
Right.
Maybe a day. Whoops. Whoops.
And we're not, hey, I don't want our million listeners to think that we are bashing on old people. We love old people.
We
We are old
do.
people.
We want to keep them safe.
We want
Ye-
them to rest and play
certain
shuffleboard and go swimming and go on vacations.
certain
And
kinds of old people. Other people, keep working, keep moving, keep moving,
it
keep
depends
working.
on what you're doing.
Yes, exactly.
Tiny little surgery, maybe not so much.
Yeah. Tiny little surgery, no. Firefighter, no. Police officer, no.
No.
I think
Disability judge,
no.
definitely no.
Yeah. And I also think people who do like fabric alterations, like if you get a nice suit and you need to have it altered,
Yeah.
whoops.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? This is like really weird.
What?
Actually, you won't think it's weird.
Okay.
But there is absolutely nowhere in northern Arizona where you can go and have something altered. There's one dry cleaner store, absolutely one, that serves like all of northern Arizona up here.
Well, probably because A, nobody wears a suit up there, and B, your weather is such that you can basically just hang something on a clothesline, fasten it on pretty well, and the sun and the wind and whatever else it is going to blow the dirt right out of it.
There's no cobblers. Like, you know, where you take your shoes
Yes,
and they
I
fix
know what
your
a
shoes that
cobbler
you
is.
love? You have to drive hours to take a pair of shoes to go get the sole fixed or whatever. And to me, I just go buy new shoes. But if there was like a shoe guy,
well,
I might go.
help wanted.
But
I wonder
yeah, the
if
whole dry cleaning thing like makes me raise my eyebrows too. I mean, at least the high schools, they have, marching bands. Those stinky uniforms
oh
have
my
to be dry
gosh, I
cleaned.
hadn't even thought about that. So, do they like drive a whole truck full of school marching band uniforms down to Phoenix?
Well, I don't know, but there's a lot of schools up here. There's more schools than dry cleaners.
Maybe they have like right next to the meth lab an illegal dry cleaning business.
I don't know. When Eve was in junior ROTC and she had a uniform, and it had to be cleaned after every wear.
Oh boy.
And we had to drive to the one only dry cleaner. And I mean, I haven't been to a dry cleaner for years because
She's not in marching band anymore. Yeah.
well, yeah, I don't wear anything that needs to be dry cleaned, and if
Yeah,
I do,
that's
I
why
throw it
they
in the
aren't
laundry
there.
anyway.
Because how long would your business last when you and everybody around you basically lives in Grateful Dead t-shirts?
Some people wear suits.
No, they don't.
There's attorneys and stuff out here.
Yeah, they don't wear suits, I'll betcha.
I don't know. See, now I'm going to have to go to every attorney's office
And
in
apologize
northern Arizona
for what
to
I
say
just
who's
said.
wearing suits and take pictures of their suits from the neck down
Huh.
and send them to you to prove that they
I
wear
don't
suits.
believe they wear suits.
And not Birkenstocks and Grateful Dead shirts.
No, I think the attorneys probably wear Western shirts with pearl buttons on the pockets and big belt buckles. That's my theory.
with a handgun strapped to their waist.
Yeah, of course. That's my
Yeah.
vision of where you live. Absolutely. That's what I imagine. And they all
So I want to draw attention to our Instagram account really quickly.
Is that where the dog is snoring?
I believe that is up there. We are up to almost 200 posts now,
Uh-huh.
and we are gathering followers.
Uh-huh.
And I just want to say there's lots of goats and dog pictures there for anybody who wants a close-up of Kevin actually opening the sliding door.
Kevin the goat.
Actually, I think I actually added music for the first time to one of our Instagram posts.
Oh, this is what you can
Yeah.
do in your retirement. You have time to figure out how to put music on an
Exactly. Yeah,
Instagram post.
it's the dog in a tie-dye shirt with Grateful Dead.
You know how public radio advertises the business where you send it all your old technology pictures and they make a modern
Yeah.
digital, whatever is the latest technology out of it? I wonder if
Mhm.
there's a business where you could just throw all your shoes in there and send them
Send
down
'em.
by UPS, just send them down to Phoenix and have them. Somebody needs to do that. Somebody needs to open all of the businesses that you don't have up there. They just need to have like that Amazon bag that just goes back and forth and back and forth.
Amazon.
The same bag.
We can't
Everybody's.
even get our one-day Amazon delivery up here takes a week and a half.
Well, I mean, it's not like you need to wear the suit tomorrow. You could just have them send a box or buy a box and you throw all the crap that you need in the city that you don't have up there into the box. And then they could drive it around. Okay, the clothes go to the dry cleaner and the shoes go to the cobbler. And yeah, this is a
I wonder
business for
if-
somebody.
I wonder if cobblers are kind of a dying breed as well.
Well,
You know,
probably. People who fix anything are a dying breed.
So we have this 100-year-old stereo sitting in our right below the TV set in our living room. It's a square box and it has a radio in it. It's got a turntable
Yeah.
and a cassette deck.
Yup.
And the other day I was dusting
Uh,
and I punched the little cassette button and out popped a cassette.
of
Meredith Wilson singing Chicken Fat. Do you know the Chicken Fat
Get
song?
that chicken fat
Touchdown
back to the.
every morning, 10 times, not just night and day.
Wait,
Yes.
sing the whole thing,
Give
please.
that chicken fat back to the chickens and don't be chicken again. Whoa, don't be chicken again. And when I was in elementary
I just
school,
want to say I think that is worth the price of the podcast today.
when
Yes.
I was in elementary school, that was the first thing we heard every morning. We had to stand up on our desks and do jumping jacks and touch our toes to the Chicken Fat song. And then they would do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then school would start.
What a weird primary school.
Fort Wayne, Indiana,
I-
South Wayne School.
Unbelievable. And they had cassettes in those days? I don't remember there
Well,
being
they had.
cassettes.
They probably had it on record.
Yeah, they would have had it on an old vinyl.
Yeah.
And they played it in the
But-
principal's office in the
Yep,
PA
over the
system.
PA system.
And
You
I
got
always
it.
wondered, like, what happened to that grill cloth, that brown and gold grill cloth that was always on all those speakers in every school auditorium? Some American business that made a good living on that brown and gold grill cloth. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I wonder what happened to them. Not that I need them to come back. They can stay retired. Assuming you've come this far because you enjoy the podcast, may we recommend my book, She Said What? A Life on the Air. It's available at your neighborhood bookstore or on Amazon. And if you're feeling especially generous, please leave the podcast a good review. Thanks.